What's good? It's your boy Dion.
It's Jasmine.
And welcome back to another video where we help you build wealth, find purpose, and live happy. You feel me? And in this video, we want to give you guys 3 amazing tips to help you choose a partner wisely. Okay, this video is about how to choose a partner wisely. Okay, because there's a lot of stuff going on in relationships, man. You know, love is all over the place nowadays. People seem to just be hopping in and out of relationships like double dutch. You know, some people really want love and just miserable, just frustrated. So,
but if you a real one and you out there looking for some real love,
right, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna give you some tips.
You are in the right place. So don't turn this video. Like I said, get your notepad out, man, get focused. And yeah, we want to give you guys some tips to help, man. You know, we just recently celebrated 5 years of marriage, going on a total of 10 years altogether. So we think we can, you know, give a few tips and a few pointers on making sure you can navigate through a lot of this crazy stuff that's going on, especially when it comes to dating, and choose wisely, because that's most important. That's really, really important. I truly believe that you only got one life to live. You got to live it, and you got to make sure you make the best decisions you possibly can with the hand you was dealt. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so number 1, which I find to be the most important one, at least for me, I find it very important, is that establish a friendship, okay? Build a bond, all right? I think a lot of people, when you look at relationships, people want to go straight to the relationship. And I think that right there, it can kind of go left a little bit, because you got to remember, we humans is a growing process. So the friendship stage is very cool because there's no strings attached. You getting to know her, she getting to know you, all right? And there's no pressure if you start seeing things about her or you start seeing things about him that you may not like or that you find different, you know, from what you're used to or what you think a partner should be doing or what their character should be. So friendship zone is very good because you guys build a bond. For example, me and my wife, we were friends for at least a good year. And I felt that was very important, because one thing about our friendship when it first started, we hung out a lot. And in the friendship, I enjoyed it. I was comfortable. We could top it up, we can kick it, we can hang out. There wasn't no pressure. I could be myself. That's another thing. Be yourself at all time. That way you can really, you know what I'm saying, balance everything out. What they expect and what you expect for them, you got to be yourself. And that's the one thing I noticed with my wife when we were just dating. I was being myself, she was being herself. We enjoyed hanging around each other. But I will also say this too, the friendship was so good that in the earlier stages of the friendship, I didn't see anything wrong or any red flags. So sometimes you kind of get nervous too, like, man, we having so much fun, having a good time. I know it's not always gonna be like this. Like, something gonna happen. Like, and how would she respond, or how am I gonna respond when it happens, when that situation happens that neither one of us are prepared for, or an argument, anything, right? So the longer the friendship, which was about a year, within that year hanging around each other a lot, we just ran into a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different situations that ultimately was just really good for us to really get a foundation in understanding who we are and what we expect and what we want for each other, if that makes sense, all right? And also at the friendship stage, you really want to take that time to get to know each other. You know, if you want to have kids, you need to say that, you know, and that's a perfect time at the friendship stage when you get to know each other. So if you want to have kids, you know, you want to have a house, or you want to be financially a certain lifestyle, a certain number financially, express those things right there. That way, if there's any kickback, if she say, hey, you know, I don't want kids, or I don't want kids right now, maybe I want them 5 or 6 years down the line, like I'm young, I don't want kids right now, I want to focus on this and not that. You know, you guys can start really building that foundation and getting an idea of, you know, hey, you know, do she want to be married? Do you want to be married? You know, those type of things. So all of that stuff is perfect. All those questions or those concerns are excellent to ask in the friendship stage. Do not bite your tongue in the friendship stage, because once that wheel get going, you get in a relationship, y'all done fell in love and got to moving so fast, and y'all didn't ask those simple basic questions and those true foundation questions. You don't want to run into roadblocks while you 1, 2, 3, 4 years in a relationship with somebody, and you're trying to go into that next level, you know, which is getting married and that type of thing. So definitely don't be afraid of each other. Ask questions, get to know each other in the friendship stage of y'all bonding. And I'm telling you, like, that's really gonna set the tone for the relationship moving forward. Yep. All right, and really quick too, just want to add in, this is important. I know this one is a little tough. I get the generation, I understand it, but this is a real important, if you're serious, if you're trying to be wise, okay?
Wise.
Listen to us. Listen to me on this one. Fellas and women, hold out on sex when you're getting to know somebody. I think in the generation we're getting too comfortable with this whole having sex on the first date and all this and that, as if that's a cool thing. Your body is your temple. You got to respect that. I know. Listen, you got to respect your body, and male and female. And I think also with sex, you know, that's a real connection. That's a bond. You know, you guys build that strong soul tie and emotion. So if you're having sex early, what naturally happens is that you're going to become blind to a lot of the red flags that you see in the future of the relationship or the friendship. You know, she gonna do certain things that you don't like or disagree on, but y'all having sex, so you're naturally gonna wanna forgive or forget, and she'll grow out of it or he'll do better, and not necessarily. But because you are in this blind state, because you guys have been intimate, you know, that really can hurt you down the line. I see a lot of relationships where they're having sex early and break up. And you're also seeing people, each relationship they go into, they just having sex. You're giving your body away. You're giving a big piece of you away and not getting nothing in return. And then you're doing that with the next person and the next person. And that's actually hindering you and not helping. So please be mindful of that. I know that's not the coolest thing to say, but it gotta be said, man. I think you gotta respect your body, respect your temple, and understand that if you're serious about somebody, you're gonna be, your mind, the mentality is gonna be a lot sharper when you locked in on what it is you want from somebody and what you want to give, and you're not caught up in the sex thing so fast. You know, build, because when you build a foundation and you guys are able to just fly through that friendship, relationship, marriage, you know, scenario, the sex is explosive. Okay, go ahead, babe. Get on. I'll change the subject. All right.
So then this brings us to the second tip, which is look for qualities that build a good foundation, right?
Right.
In a partnership. So you, just like Dion was saying, when you're establishing this friendship, that is time for you to observe and really just take mental notes and watch for the qualities that you are looking for a good partnership. And also, I think it's a good time to, you know, really allow the person to show you their consistency, just to show you their character, to show you how they navigate certain situations, life situations, in different contexts, whether it's around their friends or their family or their co-workers or around strangers. I mean, whatever it is, right? Life happens. There's always certain situations in life that happen. So how are they responding to that? How are they navigating through that? Those will tell you some, you know, important things about that person. And so I think that is something you want to just make sure you're watching out for while you're establishing that relationship.
Facts.
When you're looking for these qualities, make sure you don't just like sweat this tiny stuff. Like, don't be petty, okay? Don't be
How do y'all petty,
don't be like,
man?
He didn't put this back the right, you know, at 90-degree angle. You know, don't be, you know, petty about the small things. Really, you want to look at key values, right? Key things that are like deal breakers for you when it comes to a relationship. People can change little bitty habits here and there, you know what I mean? So don't let that checklist that you have keep you from something good or great.
And off what she's saying, you know, that's a good point, because always keep in mind that the person you're dating, everybody comes from different households and different backgrounds.
Right.
That's why you can't sweat the small stuff.
Right.
How she may be raised, whether it be 2-parent household, 1-parent household, you know, family bonding nights, you know, where she care about family and spending time on quality weekends, or where someone else is just really just like, hey, I gotta be out with my girls, or he gotta be out with his guys, he gotta get that me time, he needs some alone time. Everybody is different, okay? So I think you have to kind of delete that whole expectation of what a person or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend should do and look like, and create your own roles within y'all relationship as y'all build.
Right.
Because I think if you just say she's supposed to do this, she's supposed to have this, she's supposed to like this, you can really overlook an actual potential partner that may be excellent for you.
Right.
But off the jump, they didn't come off or do things right away to amaze you or fall into that picture perfect category you think they should be.
They didn't fit into your idea. And usually sometimes what we think we want or what we think we know, we don't.
We don't know.
There's a lot that we have to learn, like you just don't know what you don't know until you don't, you know it. So a lot that we have to learn, and you gotta, you don't know everything. So just know that the little bitty things are not important. Look at the big things. How do they respect you? Is there understanding? How do they treat you? Are they mature? Are they reliable? Do they follow through on their word? Are they committed? I mean, these are the larger things that you need to watch for versus the petty stuff.
It's real talk, man. It's real talk. And before we go into the third tip, just want to let you guys know that this is just a solid foundation, or this video is just about finding or building that solid foundation before you actually kind of commit to a relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, this is about choosing wisely, finding, that ideal person that you may think be a great fit for you, and then you guys start building. Later, we'll talk more on being in a relationship and that process and what it takes to maintain your relationship to get to that next level, which is marriage, okay? So with the third tip in this video, very important tip, commitment and willingness. Okay?
And willingness.
Commitment and willingness.
Yes.
And that's for both sides. That's for the man and the female.
Right.
Okay? Man and the female. You gotta commit and you gotta be willing. Okay? Way too many of us think we commit, but we not. And way too many of us definitely aren't willing to just understand the person in front of you or who you're friends with. Listening and communication is all about commitment. It's easy to quit in life, trust me. And I think also with this being said, a lot of people quit on good relationships as well because they're not patient enough and they're assuming they're not, getting what they need, or they're scared that it's not going to pan out the way it should. But a lot of the time is you're not really locked in and truly committed into the relationship. And I think that commitment is very, very important. You choose wisely. Once you make that choice, stay committed. Okay?
Yeah, and I think part of that commitment, and as he was saying, the other side of that is willingness. So you have to be willing once you commit and you make up your mind that this is who I am going to pursue, right? This is who I want to be with and give my time, attention, effort to. You gotta be willing to invest into that relationship. That investment can come in many different forms.
Absolutely.
Right? That can come in sacrifice, whether that's a sacrifice of your time, sacrifice of some energy, sacrifice of some money, or sacrifice of you may be holding off on doing certain things to help them be able to progress, or of seasons and kind of flexibility and whatever it is, right? You got to have a willingness to compromise.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to compromise. I think that's healthy, and understand that the process of everything that you're doing, from the friendship all the way up into the marriage and in between with the relationship, the whole process is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Right.
All right. Like, be excited to be committed and build. Be excited to learn more and more about your partner, and also learn and be excited to learn more and more about your partner, and also on the journey you're going to learn so much about yourself.
Right.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it takes two. You guys are committed. Take your time. We appreciate all the love we get with the goals and You know, you guys are a couple goals. Thank you. But reality with us, and I think why we've been able to be, I would say our marriage is successful. We always feel, you know, we naturally just gonna feel like we could be doing more.
Yeah. We always hard on ourselves.
Yeah, we got goals we trying to hit. So we don't really get caught up in the whole couple goals thing. But I think the beautiful thing, if you know, we can say we're successful. We're 5 years in the game. Yeah. And it flew by like that. And I've known this woman for about 10
almost
years.
10 years, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And you gotta wanna be committed. And I'm happy that I can say that I got over that hurdle of wanting or nervous about being committed. Most men are going to be nervous about being committed when you're a man, you're a young man, you're trying to figure out your life path. You got a lot going on in your plate too, so sometimes committing can kind of feel like it's too much, or you feel like you're going to give too much of yourself and not get it in return. All those feelings are natural. That's a natural thing. But I'm telling you, if you are committed, and especially if you chose wisely and you find that right person, it's going to work out in not only their favor, but your favor as well. You're going to feel good. And all the progression you guys make, it's just going to be natural. It's just going to feel good. I can't believe we've been married 5 years. Look, we've been married for 5 years. We got 2 kids. We got 2 beautiful girls. A 4-year-old about to be 5 and a 1-year-old about to be 2 next month.
Right.
Crazy. I remember I used to date this girl sitting at a restaurant with no kids.
Right.
And we would talk about how many kids we want to have and could we see ourselves getting married, all of this stuff at the dating friendship stage. And so it's just amazing to be here and just all the wonderful things we've been able to do, the big move to Houston. You know, we blessed, man. And we really want to share this because I think a lot of people, you know, they keep hopping in and out of relationships trying to fulfill a feeling. And that's just not a realistic way or a healthy way to approach.
No, I mean, I would say, you know, spend time by yourself. Shoot, because listen, that time by yourself is precious. I'll tell you that now. I mean, enjoy your singleness and your single moments, because when you are in a relationship or you end up getting married, you want that, right? You want to be married for life. You don't want to be married 5 different people, right? Like in and out of marriage, divorce, marriage, divorce. So, like, he in my life for life now, and I had a spurt of time of singleness, and you got to enjoy that because when you're married, there's other things that come. Right now, I got him and the kids, and you know what I mean. So every season is beautiful in its own time. So let it be that. Let it be that, and like we're saying in the video, how to choose a partner wisely, pursue wisely. Because if you're single, don't want to jump in a relationship because it's cuffing season. Right. You know, all my friends in a relationship, so I gotta get in a relationship. Chill. Pause. Like, work on yourself until build your dreams. Really feel. Keep developing your skills. You know, life is beautiful. What makes you happy. Enjoy life. Enjoy your friends. There's no pressure. Family. There's no timetable. So stop putting the timetable on your life and just lock down and get focused and get serious. And don't compare. I think that's the biggest thing too, is just with everything, social media and everything, you know, we always compare to other, we tell ourselves, listen, we ain't trying to compare ourselves to no other relationship. No, everyone has their own stuff behind the lens, right? Or behind the camera, behind the scenes, right? So we don't know what people have to do or sacrifice or go through. Worry about it. We just worry about our own. We got, you know, we got to nurture this, feed this grass, you know, nurture this grass, water it, you know, and So I mean, this video's been long enough. Oh my gosh! But I do want to say that I think these 3 tips are truly amazing, man. I think they're gonna bless somebody out there. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, leave us some feedback in the comment section. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be dropping heat on this channel. I'm telling you, we're dropping heat. And these are topics that we're gonna talk about and really start opening up a open dialogue with you all, because it's important, man. We wanna help somebody. We don't want nobody out here hurting, struggling, you know, growing old and single and mad at the world, hate men and hate women. And we really can come together and make something special and build, you know what I mean? But it is a process, it is a marathon. So with that being said, love you guys, God bless. Be easy, and until next time, peace. Be gone. Y'all be good.